All right, hello and welcome to the live. This is Christian coming to you from Texas, where I am in my new house. This was the goal: buy the rentals, buy the house. That was the main thing. We want to have a place to raise a kid. That was not Seattle. It was a little bit more politically friendly. That's why we're here in Dallas, Texas. And yeah, welcome to the house. I'm in my little side office over here, enjoying the view out here while we're waiting for baby boy to arrive somewhere in the middle of this live. That could technically happen. We are officially 5 days past our due date, so we're we're almost there. Can't speed along that goal any more than we are. But yeah, we bought the real estate. We retired my wife. We're now here, getting ready to start parenthood, which has been really cool. Today, I'm actually feeling a little extra spicy. I'm going to respond to a couple of the stupidest comments that we've ever received, most of them from this week. I've got some really lame comments in some of the Instagram chat specifically. So putting a little bit putting a little bit here, a little bit of spiciness on the channel to get started. Then if you guys have any questions, we'll get to those. By the way, a webinar tonight. I run these every once in a while. Hopefully we don't go until labor in the middle of it. But if you guys hop over to my Instagram at Christian Osgood, you guys are more than welcome to sign up for that. Check it out. That's been something that I've run a few times. It gets a little better each time. I think I've nailed exactly what I want to talk about. But if you guys want to learn how to play the game, buy rentals with or without money, I'm going to be sharing that tonight. You guys are welcome to join that again. Hop over to my IG for a link there in my story. Just posted that. So, dumbest comment I got. I'm pulling it up here on my other screen. All right. 225 rentals. You really need to sell those. My dad used to have rentals. Now he has 5 left. They're all rotting because he couldn't sell them. Not good. There must be something wrong with them. There must be something wrong with you if you want to sell your income. That sounds like you have a problem with the rentals. Maybe your dad bought junky rentals. Definitely didn't take care of them. But it reminds me of the Office quote. This is from Dwight, and I'm gonna butcher it, but it's along the line of don't be an idiot. I ask myself, what would an idiot do? And then I do not do that thing. That's exactly what I think. You're going to build financial freedom through real estate. Then you're going to sell it all. So now you have cash that's earning you nothing because you just have cash. Your only option is then to go out and buy more real estate, which sounds like you have a sales job. That's stupid. That's dumb. Um, Oh boy, that's that is not what I want to do. All Nighter's like, what did I type? No, All Nighter, you always have great comments, and you're super kind, and you contribute a ton to this channel. We appreciate you. What we don't appreciate is people saying stupid stuff like that. If your advice is to sell real estate for money, might as well be a broker, might as well be a wholesaler. And those are lame sales jobs. Those are hard sales jobs. I didn't want a sales job. I wanted financial freedom. It is really nice to be down here, and of course, I'm still growing my companies. I'm having a blast building multifamily strategy. We're now building our PM company out here. I love doing it, but if I just sold everything, I could have a bunch of cash. And then what happens? If I want to stop working, if I want to take a break, it's so nice getting to wait every month for the checks to come in. And if none of my companies do anything, my rentals pay for my mortgage, pay for the cost of living, pay for the kid. I could have done that with $15,000 a month. We have a lot more than that, which is just such a huge blessing that it worked as well as it did. But it's because we kept it simple, and that is something that it was the dumbest comment. That one really frustrated me. Another one that just absolutely drives me nuts. I did a post on Stephenville that actually did pretty well. I think it got like 60, 70,000 views, which for my little teeny Instagram channel is pretty good. And the reactions they started all positive. People were like, oh, this is amazing. I was talking about why I invest in small markets because we can make a difference. I love doing this and how much I love that city, the demographic of having a college that's going off and the dairy industry and farming, other jobs, population growth. It's a fantastic place. Talking about how great Stephenville, Texas is. And then the responses started, for some reason, turning sour. The algorithm started sending it to locals. And you get a whole bunch of people who are like, stay out of our city, go back to California, which I've never been in, by the way. Or I've been to California, but I've never lived there. Uh, I got all this like hate messaging. To be clear, I bought these units. Both buildings had a minor bed bug problem. And by minor, I mean a very bad bed bug problem, but only in one unit. So it was like 1/25 of the units. We bought nice buildings, but they had problems. We came in and we cleaned up the buildings. We got the bugs out. We've done some minor repairs. We've updated ACs, which in Texas is very important. Dallas gets hot, which I love, but I don't think I want it to be 100 degrees inside. We fixed the problems. We did the management. We ran through these projects, and people were like, "Oh, get out of here! We don't want the market getting more expensive, guys." You don't want bed bugs. You certainly don't want homeless. Trust me, I'm from Seattle. You don't want homeless. I guarantee you. As far as stupid comments go, when you have someone who is doing low income housing coming to your town, removing bugs, investing in your economy, I'm not buying the houses from you guys. I think houses are for families. Families should live there. Some of these comments, they just drive me nuts. And I'm grateful for them because it starts, people get upset and then it starts conversation. And then, of course, the posts do better. And, I appreciate them getting it out there. But the messaging is so dumb. I don't want people to read this and be like, oh, yeah, small towns are going to hate me. They probably will. And that's okay because you're going to make the town better. You're going to do a good thing. You're going to feel good about it. And if you piss off some people doing it, I think it's a good thing. Personal opinion, but that's my thought. One more stupid comment. This one was just weird. You can't prove you own any of these properties. They're basically saying, hey, what is the evidence that I've actually bought 225 units? That I'm not just some online influencer who picked a number and said I own all these. Number one, you can actually see me walking in through and at most of my properties, and you do see the same property come up again and again and again and again and again on my channels. It would be weird to hop into someone else's property again and again and again, go through units, do the renovations, see us in the wall doing plumbing. Some of that stuff would be I would call that pretty odd. But in addition, my first 150 units are verified. Specifically, they did a full audit for what was that? That was it New York Post? No, it was Business Insider. Business Insider did a whole post. They verified it. They actually went through public record, all of my LLC docs. They looked for my percentage of ownership in each LLC. Then they had me pull title. They wanted to see the deeds. We had a whole week long underwriting of pulling all of the properties that I have, all the properties that I've purchased, even the ones that I have sold in the past, verify my portfolio. That was done about a year ago. You can look at that article. You can probably, I think you just Google like Christian Osgood Business Insider. But it was just such a dumb question. It's like, oh, okay, you can't prove you own these. It's public record, dude. Like, you want to see who owns the LLCs? It's me. You want to see which properties I'm at? Go watch the channel. Watch us do the renovations. I don't just break into people's buildings and start repairing the plumbing. That's not something I've been in the habit of doing. Um, but it was worth addressing here because it's like, are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. Jaden, welcome to the chat. Good to see you. I'm doing fantastic. Hope you're doing well. That's the main thing that I had for today, though. And I was looking at stuff, and I'm prepping for tonight's big event. I think we're gonna have best guests. We're probably gonna have 500 people on the webinar that we're doing a workshop on exactly how to build your portfolio. At least the way I did it. I think the simplest way to do creative finance. We're talking about creative finance. We're also going to dig into my Section 8 strategy. I have made millions of dollars. I'll share with you guys some of the punchline here, by the way. Um, whether you attend the live or not, the math in a six cap market. That means people expect a return. Here, a little lesson for you guys who don't buy commercial. The returns, the value that you create in commercial real estate is determined by the cap rate. And that is for every dollar invested, what is the return on that dollar? Another way to describe it is if you bought the deal in cash, what would the dividend be? If you imagine it's just like a stock, what would the monthly or the annual dividend be on my cash if I put it in the deal? That's what a cap rate is. I invest in two markets that are both six cap markets. So if you bought the deal in cash, you should cash flow about 6% on the money in the deal. That's what the market will pay for. So you find value by taking that net operating income, the dividends the property pays you, and dividing it by the expected return, the cap rate. That will get you a value. So the easy math here, if I can find a property in any market, and we'll call it a six cap market, and we can raise rent $100. And if it's on 12 units, that's what? Raising rent $8.33 per unit. I mean, super easy to do, right? You raise rent $100, you make $20,000. You can borrow against that. You can sell the property because you've created more revenue. Your expenses don't go up when you raise rent $8.30. My utilities stay the same, taxes, insurance, none of those things changed. But I made $20,000. Okay, well, $20,000 is cool. That's helpful. I think for a lot of people, a little injection of $20,000 really helps. Where it gets ridiculous is if you do have 125 units and you raise rent over the course of a year or two, $100. If I found properties, and this happens a lot, rent's $650, market rent's $950. We have $300 per unit of upside. I don't just jack rents on everyone, but if we just we got them 1/3 of the way to market rent, you get $100 increase, $20,000 times 225 units. You make a lot of money doing this. That's how the money's made. That is the simple way that we do it. I actually have a Section 8 strategy where the government's going to pay for it for a lot of my units. So my tenants don't even pay more. And that's where I think, going back to the first thing I was frustrated with, I think that's the big difference. I think that's the huge difference that people have when they look at these things like, oh, wait, so you're just coming, you're jacking up rent. I'm not coming in and just jacking up rent. I'm finding things that are severely under market. I'm improving the property. I'm making a better place to live, cleaning up the bugs, cleaning up the problems. And then we're leasing it out to great people. We're doing modest increases. And oftentimes, for those who actually can't afford it, the government pays the delta. So they're on a fixed income. They pay their exactly what they were paying. Doesn't change a dime for them. But now there's more money going to the landlord, who's me, which means I have more money to reinvest back into the property. So what happens? I like improving my property. In fact, they perform a lot better when you keep them up to date. So I get nicer and nicer buildings that are worth more and more money, that cash flow more and more. So my income keeps going up. My tenants get a building that is better, better, and better. Those who need rental assistance get rental assistance. The rest of the people, I keep my properties under market rent. Like there's increases, but it's under market. They're like, wait, so for cheaper than another place, I get to live in a place that gets better every single year, year after year after year. And if you're the city, you're a local there. The neighborhoods that used to be dangerous, or the homeless that used to be down there, the homeless are housed and the people have nicer stuff. It is a strategy that I absolutely love. And I think it's going to work for everyone. So that's what I'm going to be talking about tonight. Again, you can go to my Instagram at Christian Osgood. In my story, you can find a link to that if you guys haven't checked that out yet. I run it every once in a while, once a month or so. I'll do an event like this. This is the big one this month. I'm going to limit it at 500 people because I do want to actually be able to reach out to everyone personally if you have questions. I can't imagine getting through more than 500 people if anyone has any follow up on this. So if you want to register for it, completely free, completely free. But I just wanted to have a forum for everyone to join, learn, talk about this because I think it's really important. And I'm going to see if there's any questions here in the chat. If there's not, we usually do a live Q&A here. I don't care if we do a short live today. I'm always happy to hang out with everyone, especially you all-nighter. But if we have no questions in the chat, that's totally fine because I'm going to be running this whole event. If you have questions, I'm going to answer a bunch in there, and you guys are welcome to check it out. So thanks for attending the live today, guys. I'll go live specifically on Instagram here in a little bit. So if anyone wants to hop over there, it'll be more of the same. And I'll see everyone tonight for about an hour of hanging out. Talk to y'all soon.